This is the Oh, I was about to say the feminist. The female manipulators of Douyin. Douyin. All right.
Okay, before we even start, let me tell you, this is not just any cheating story. Imagine you're a successful CEO of a company. Yeah, imagine. And your friend calls you telling you that he's attending a wedding. He sends you a video of the scenery. Oh wow, this is a very nice wedding. Like everybody looks so happy. I wonder who the bride is. Then you take a good close look. Wait a minute, that bride is my girlfriend. From a mother coaching her daughter on how to infiltrate a billionaire's family to marry their son while juggling 5 men at once and keeping it all a secret, this is like a 5-star level heist mission for Chinese influencers. Like we even got a feature from Wang Setong, the daddy's money final boss, complimenting her elite level cheating skills like it's China's Got Talent. And it all started with Xiang Sixing, the mastermind at play. Now she was a massive Chinese influencer from Zhejiang, regular city, regular family, but she had aggressive dreams. And when I mean aggressive, I mean they literally looked at their daughter and said, yeah, we're not letting genetics stop this bag. Xiang's parents had one clear plan, and it was to marry her into money. They poured basically all their savings into plastic surgery, and not just one surgery. This was a decade-long procedure. Basically, anything you don't like, fix it. By the time she hit her 20s, she looked absolutely nothing like her high school self. And she now lived by the saying that,
oh my gosh. She's not a gold digger, she's a gold miner. The thing is, it's not entirely her fault. She was raised into this mindset. Her parents put this on her. It was never truly her own free will. I mean, always at a certain point, someone is responsible for their actions. So it is, but it also is tragic that parents would literally force a child into this. I mean, like I've always said, like there's what is it? Not all I forget. Like not all parents are parents. No, not all parents deserve to be a parent, but all children deserve a parent. That kind of thing. Because it's just like, this child didn't have parents. This child obviously did not have parents. This child had managers. And there is a massive difference between a parent and a manager, a parent and a teacher, a parent and like that random hobo on the side of the road. This child didn't have parents. Like every child deserves parents, and not every parent deserves a child. And she was stuck with the well, not having parents.
there are plenty of fish in the sea. Literally to the point where netizens crowned her as the female sea queen, or the time management final boss. Basically, the fish in the sea are the guys and she's the queen, meaning that she knows the taste of the sea. And look, say what you want, but it worked very, very well. She leaned into that influencer aesthetic hard, like that Douyin thirst trap hard. But here's the thing, looks alone don't build an empire. You need money, strategy, and traffic, but most importantly, somebody to sacrifice absolutely everything for you. Enter our CEO millionaire, Zhang Kefeng. Now, a millionaire, not with a B. And Zhang is Xiang's boyfriend. Now, Zhang Kefeng is a self-made entrepreneur born in 1989. And this guy owns multiple MCN businesses. And for anybody that doesn't know what MCN is, it's basically an influencer factory. Like, they manage creators, they push out traffic, monetize their live streams, and then they take a cut. Now, Zhang wasn't some broke manager either, okay? He drove luxury cars, he had a villa, okay, pulling up to work in the 911, the classic young CEO starter pack. So I would say that he worked for his money, unlike some. He meets Xiang, and apparently it's love at first sight. Like, this guy falls head over heels for her. And like, I mean dangerous love at first sight. Like, the logic just goes right out the door. So he pretty much helped her become famous, and they even opened up the Taobao online shop together. So Xiang would model the clothes, and Zhang would handle everything with money, data, logistics, marketing, all of that. And pretty much over the next 3 years, this man does absolutely everything for her. I'm talking mortgaging his house to 1.7 million yuan, and even dropping casually 2 million yuan on just packaging her social image online. He registered a 500,000 yuan company under her name, and even gave her directly 1 million yuan as a wedding fund. And this guy also named one of his companies Yo Sing after her name. Okay, at this point,
he's lost it for her. He's lost it for her. And
it's good if it was real.
The thing is, that's the thing. It's real to him. It's real to him. Like, I built you the Taj Mahal because it was real.
It's a Lego.
To me. It was real to me. It's back there somewhere. No, that's his setup. Oh, it's back behind the green screen. Behind this shelf, I have a shelf. But yeah, it's just like, there has to be give and take, and he just was head over heels. It was taught and coached at a young age. It is freaking ridiculous. To be honest, she might also be feeling conflicted, but did it because of her parents. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's just like she's been told. So imagine being a kid and being told, well, my audience is primarily Indian. Imagine being told you're supposed to be an engineer all your life. And then you can't do it. I mean, that was the whole thing in 3 Idiots, where he wanted to be a photographer. And that kind of struggle he went through because he had to tell his father, like, no, if I
don't want
do
a
that,
laptop, I want a camera.
yeah, if I do that, I am gonna be sacrificing myself. I am not gonna be happy. I'm gonna be unhappy with my life. Would you rather have your son enjoy his life, or, you know, that kind of argument? And a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people normally capitulate and keep trying for that engineering degree because it's far easier to continuously do what your parents ask than, because they're supposed to know what's best, than to have the adult conversation with them. I'm pretty sure, like, again, she wants the money. She sees the positives, and eventually she's probably like too far gone and just it becomes her own problem. But yeah, it has to do with her upbringing. Absolutely. The fact that she literally didn't have parents. It's freaking insane. He did too much for her too soon. Yeah, but it was her job. That was her job. She's
he loved her, so he wanted to do whatever he possibly could.
Yeah, but it's like the same thing. Like, it goes both ways. It goes both ways. If I asked my wife to neck somebody, she would do it without asking questions. She would. She's over there smiling. The penguin's smiling, grabbing a knife. I need to get a penguin with a knife in its hand. But yeah, I mean, that's just how it is. You want to be with someone unconditionally, but I don't know. It's just, she was literally bred for that purpose. Literally bred for that purpose. It is tragic. Oh.
He has to be the one, right? I mean, he's literally using your name as one of his organizations. I mean, this is like peak financial and emotional investment.
Like he
now,
said,
John
millionaire,
really was
not
in
a
love
billionaire.
with her and really thought this was his future wife, okay? He did not act like a manager or like a boss towards her. He also wired her money constantly, and I'm not talking small amounts. Like, we're talking 50, 70, 80K just for daily expenses.
Wow.
And a year later, they start living together, you know, talking marriage, talking about the future. And John pretty much assumes that everything here is locked in now. The past 3 years of building, loving, supporting, and funding their family together. In his head, he already crossed the finish line. You know, he's set. And slowly but surely, things start getting strange. John reportedly suffered from mild depression, and she would constantly stay back at Taizhou sometimes to recover. Now, I'm not saying mental health is strange, but the context here gets pretty wild.
Because he's out over heels, he's gonna give her the time and space she needs.
Yep.
And during that time and space, she's, well,
Looking for a billionaire.
yeah, look, she's in the pond looking for the bigger fish.
One day, her mom calls, and her mother tells her to come back home for a blind date. Let me repeat that. While she's living with her CEO boyfriend for the past 3 years, her mother suddenly calls and invites her to come on a blind date with another man that she's never met before, like if that's completely normal. And who's the blind date? Su Junyu. Now, Su is not just some random guy, okay? He's the son of a billionaire.
Okay.
This billionaire family runs a real estate empire worth over 7 billion yuan. This is the big fish you want to catch. In her eyes, of course. At the blind date meeting, Xiang's mom literally coaches her on how to keep this rich, handsome man in check, okay? This was all a calculated move. And Xiang, she liked him. Not in the romantic butterflies way. She liked the opportunity. And she later admitted that she wasn't attracted to Su as a person. I don't like the rich boys. I like the rich boys' fathers. And then her mom straight up calls this a once-in-a-lifetime shot. Now, a couple weeks later, Xiang starts dating Su seriously, and they officially became a couple. While Zhang is oblivious to all of this, by the way. At this point, she's dating two guys at once, and it's not like a situation.
See, that is common. That is common. There are people that try to string on multiple. So it isn't just her, but the fact that she's literally going with the millionaire and then jumps to the billionaire without dropping the millionaire, continuously having several relationships going on at once. It's crazy. She was just there for a mission like a soldier. I mean, yeah, because it's funny because it's reminding me of like the honey trap in Durandar, where he literally got the daughter of the person to do anything he wanted. Anything he wanted. Because she fell completely for him. Completely for him. That happens. That happens.
Didn't she have a gun in her hand in the trailer?
Yeah, I have a feeling that she finds out what's going on and she's going to try and shoot him. Who knows? Because you can push them too far. You can push them too far. Like, that's the thing. If a guy who's I don't know, in my experience, especially in the Western world, it seems like men are the ones that want to settle down and have a family. Women are the ones that want to philander, be around, and sleep around with everyone. That's just my perspective on it. And it's funny because men are the ones that want to seem to have the old-fashioned family. And they're like, that's the thing. So if someone was to do something like that to me, and that's a warning to you, okay? Penguin, this is a warning to you. If that
Warn
was
yourself. I'm not the one getting random girls' DMs with hi with a heart on them.
When that happened?
Right now.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That just happened. You
That's
had my
why
phone.
I was silent for
That's
5-10 minutes.
So, yeah, I handed her my phone because it started going on. I started getting text messages and things, so I was just, or emails, so I just handed it over.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just like, it's at the same time, it's just like, I know I would never. And you wouldn't survive. It would just, I'd be too enraged if you ever did something like that. I would be too enraged. Absolutely. It'd be disgusting. I'd feel disgusted for myself.
I have no unknown guy's message in my phone. Can you say the same?
Okay, let's check out your Instagram then.
Check out whatever. In my Instagram, it doesn't even have a feature to send message request. They can only send follow requests. They can't message me.
Yeah, I don't know how social media works.
Yeah,
I
I do. But yeah.
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 Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's just like a lot of these people, and the sad thing is like the parents literally pushed them into it. If when we have kids, I'm not gonna put them in frame. I'm not gonna, like, you'll probably never see them unless you end up on social media and occasionally spotting like one photo. But it's like, I would not want a child to be immersed in this kind of a lifestyle, not understanding criticism, not understanding, like, there are opinions you take, there are opinions you leave, that kind of thing. And the fact that this child was raised to just do one thing and one thing only. To be an influencer, to get with a rich and wealthy person. All for the parents. All for the parents. I mean, probably the only reason they had a daughter was because they knew a girl they could change to have her get whoever they wanted.
Type of way. No. This was living two different lifestyles with two full-on relationships and keeping it all a secret. You might wonder, how did she even pull this off? Whenever Xiang wanted to see Xu, she just told Zhang that she needed to travel for work. Shenzhen, Guangzhou business trips, right? And 4 or 5 days at a time, by the way. She'd even send Zhang photos claiming that she was just staying at her aunt's place. There's proof right there. Now, these photos taken at her aunt's place was actually Xu's house. She was living with Xu, meeting his family, meeting his friends, and basically test driving billionaire daughter-in-law life, while her boyfriend, Zhang, thinks that she's on a business trip. I mean, a not very ethical business trip. I know, big take. Now, Xu's mother gifted Xiang a 100,000 yuan Cartier bracelet. And when you're receiving gifts of like these calibers, she really had to make it subtle. And whenever she was back at Zhang's place, she would only like wear it once in a while. Basically just being as low-key as possible. And in her own words, this is when Xiang fell for the family's wealth. and her mom encouraged her every step of the way. At this point, Jung
What's
has no
wrong with
idea
that
what's
mother?
coming. He's building a future. He's planning weddings, right? He's wiring money to her. He already sees the vision, you know, he's imagining his future with her, you know, having kids. Unfortunately, at this point, you know, the audition for a rich wife has already begun. And I'll tell you what, she definitely scores top leaderboards with the amount of balls you need to pull off this next move. So it turns out Su was also cheating on Xiang with another woman. So this entire thing was just a cheating triangle. Xiang was cheating on Zhang while Su was cheating on Xiang. Now Xiang didn't really care, all right? She knew there was still potential left though. She did not want to just leave it out. So Xiang's mom, or I would say the cheating coach, told her to just stay with him, you know, brush it off, just swallow up the anger, and instead treat this as a negotiation opportunity.
Why
Listen,
is
daughter,
she
what you need to do is spin yourself as the victim here and get Sue's parents to apologize to you so that you can position yourself as the one saving their son. And here she wrote the infamous paragraph text to Sue's mom. These past few days have left a deep impression on me, but what happened with Su Jun-yu is unbelievable. Over a month, I treated this relationship with all my heart, but
But when I saw this, I was stunned. I can't imagine these words coming from the mouth of a man who claimed to love me, and he spoke so deeply, describing a woman's body. What? Every word for it felt like a knife stabbing into my heart. Last night I gave him a chance, but he didn't. He tried his best. Blah, blah, blah. How can he just save himself? Blah, blah, blah. I had loved the wrong person. Really?
saw this, I was stunned. I can't imagine.
What?
Yeah, the sad thing is she gets cheated on when she's been cheating on him since day one, and is cheating on her previous relationship, the millionaire, for the billionaire, and the billionaire cheated on her, yet she feels bad that she's getting cheated on, like literally getting beaten at her own game. It is insane. She will regret living such a life. I mean, I doubt it. I doubt it. I really doubt it. The fact is, at a certain point, it happens in cults where you've done so much evil that there is no walking it back, because the second you do, you realize you've made such a bad situation that your mind can't comprehend that kind of guilt, that kind of, you know, so you will constantly believe you're in the right. It happens with a lot, and it's primarily women in cults who will always lust after the man that abused them, or that they offered their own children up to abuse, because they can't fathom that they offered their children to a sexual predator. They offered themselves to a sexual predator, that they constantly believe that, no, this person that took advantage of our children, took advantage of me, no, he is Jesus Christ. No, he is God on earth. No, he is the holy.
Are you talking about
the
that
holy
Mormon
saint.
dude?
Yeah, the Mormon guy. But it happens in all. Like it was the same thing in the church group that went to Mexico, and the don't drink the Kool-Aid comes from that, because everyone they even forced the parents who were trying to protect their kids from drinking the Kool-Aid because it was poisoned. Like it was just disgusting. The don't drink the Kool-Aid comes from basically a cult Christian mindset where everyone thought the leader was some kind of prophet. Oh, I can fix him. yeah. They're of the mindset I can fix her.
These words coming from the
What do you
mouth
mean,
of a
I
man
can
who
fix
claimed
her
to
and you
love
point
me.
at me?
Every word
When
felt
did
like a
you
knife
play?
stabbing to my heart. I gave him a chance to confess, but he didn't. He tried his best to deny it, but with such undeniable evidence here, how can he deceive himself? Oh my god, I'm running out of breath.
What?
I'm very touched, but I'll send the gifts back because keeping them would only make me sadder, and it's too heavy of a burden for me to bear. After typing these words, I'm in tears. I really can't say anything anymore. I'm just so fortunate to have met you guys, and this short time will forever be etched into my heart. Thank you, Auntie. Take care, and I hope your status is less than mine. Now, Sue's parents love
Wow.
Xiang because she had her own business. You know, she had things going for her.
Sure.
And to them, this was a great opportunity. They did not want to let go of this. This girl is so much more mature than our son, who just goes out all day, unemployed, spending our money so that he can get laid. We really have to keep this gem. So they were like, son, what the fuck? Go apologize right now on your knees. Are you stupid? They get in their private jet and fly to Seong's town, and then Soo basically just begs her to give him one last chance. Seong is, of course, like, fine, I'll let it go this time. Yeah, of course. So at this point, it means
And
both
she's still got a
Jung,
relationship.
the CEO
Yeah.
boyfriend, and Soo, as well as Soo's family, are in the same town together. And she did some galaxy level manipulation tactics to make sure that these two don't collide. There were many times where Seong straight up invited Jung to the apartment that she shared with Soo. Of course, this is when Soo wasn't home. There was always an excuse. Now let that sink in. Jung walks into what he thinks is their place. Meanwhile, his romantic rival lives there too. Whenever Soo would come back, Seong would just rush Jung out and into a hotel. Hey babe, I just remembered something. Why don't you go check out this 5-star hotel nearby? And CEO Jung, trusting her completely, just did it. Oh my god.
What?
Because they were sharing the place,
How
she
stupid
slept
are they?
in the same bed as both of these guys. At different times, obviously, carefully scheduling visits so that they would never collide. Elite level planning. And before anybody says there's no way she did this alone, correct. She didn't. Her entire family was in on it, even her younger brother. And her mom was the mastermind. She cooked meals for Jung while Seong was away on her business trips, basically treating him as a future son-in-law, while at the same time coaching Seong
That
on
is
how
so
to manage
stupid,
a
though.
rich
Well,
hair,
they have
as
the
well as
new
how
guy
to
just let
emotionally
go of the
string
other
Jung
guy.
along until Soo was
Yeah.
locked in, and later even coached her on how to write a farewell letter to Jung once things went south. Like, this mother was different, right? Every coach always had somebody that taught them. So who the hell taught this mother on how to manipulate men? And her younger brother
guess
worked
she-
at the company.
I guess the thing was that mother wanted that kind of lifestyle, and since
Yeah.
she couldn't get that, she basically modeled her daughter
To
yeah.
get the life she wanted. You see the same thing in like the pageantry moms.
Yeah.
The very overweight redneck women who will doll up their like 5-year-old daughters to look like adult prawn stars, and it's just in order to win a trophy so that they can feel special. Oh, I am beautiful because my 5-year-old just won a trophy for being beautiful. The mind gymnastics they go through is insane. And I'm pretty sure that the mother suffered from like probably some kind of violence, some kind of assault.
No,
'Cause
I
there's-
think she just wanted to live a certain type of lifestyle.
Well, there is part of that.
Yeah.
There is part of that.
And
so
since she
this guy
couldn't,
was
she basically forced her daughter to live that kind of lifestyle, and she lives vicariously through it.
Yeah, and then trying to help and support everything.
Yeah.
Really a lookout. If Soo suddenly showed up, he would just speed dial Seong and quickly warn her to move Jung away before like these two guys collide. And speaking of close calls, there was this one moment where Soo was about to show up at the same company where Jung worked at. Now Seong, without hesitation, introduced Soo as her brother and Jung as her business partner. Now this happened through text before they met in person. Essentially, she prepped by saying, "Honey, my brother is coming to the office today, but he doesn't like it when we're so lovey-dovey together. So do your best to just act professional, stay formal, and don't touch me." Guess what? This worked. I don't even
But
know
how
whether
did
to
the
be
other guy
impressed.
agree to be a brother?
He didn't.
No. The other guy. She introduced the other guy, the billionaire, as a brother to the millionaire who is a business partner.
She did through text.
So
So she didn't say
she-
it in person. She said, "Oh, this." It just said the person's name.
So she told the billionaire that that guy's a business partner,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna pretend to be my brother.
No. She told the millionaire, "My brother's coming to visit," and then told the billionaire, "My business partner's gonna meet you." And then when they were there, it's just like, "Hey," and then said, "Oh, this is Zhang."
Whatever
and
the
then
name.
this is, yeah,
Sue.
this is Sue.
Yeah.
So that way she didn't have to say this is my brother or this is my partner. She could avoid saying
Oh, that's
lover
disgusting.
and brother because she's sleeping with both of them.
Ugh.
Or concerned by their level of awareness. Mind you, Seong was also sleeping with 3 other guys at this time,
What?
trying to leech off of
How?
every single one. But, you know, of course, those are just side quests, all right? Those are not the main dish. The main dish is Sue. And it actually got to a point where she accidentally got pregnant with one of these 3 guys. and she decided to blame it on Jung for not being careful. She literally had to get rid of this baby, and our CEO Jung, he cried, he apologized. He felt really bad. He said he promises when the time's ready, he'll do anything for her and that he'll make sure she's happy. And the fact that Seong's mom said that she felt sorry for CEO Jung, and then Seong decides to say, I can only bless him. Don't think about anything else, is just wild. And she says, destined by fate. Now let's talk about the amount of money that Sue's parents gave Seong, because this is where netizens really lost it. Aside from the Cartier bracelet that she got, Sue's family gave her 18 million yuan in jewelry and gifts as a dowry. That's $2.5 million.
2.5 million.
Where's mine?
Did you not hear what they said? They gave to the daughter-in-law. What? Shush,
India's
what?
different.
No, it's not.
I'm supposed to receive a dowry. Where's
No.
mine? Where's mine? I want a car. I want a brand new refrigerator, an AC. You know, it's funny because we watch the movies and then it's like, why the heck are they asking for nonsensical stuff? An AC unit? What the heck? I'm joking. I'm joking, Penguin. I'm joking. Okay?
I bought you Volany.
I have you.
I bought you Maggie.
I have you. With my money. I have you. I don't need anything else.
Just some chump change for some small gifts. Throughout this, netizens joked that Seong was just being auctioned at this point. The highest bidder wins. I mean, C owes millions over 3 years compared to a billionaire family. Yeah. And Jong slowly started noticing patterns. Seong would arrive at the company during the afternoon and then just procrastinate, like avoid work, drag the time, and later he realized that that was her prime window for secret phone calls. She was juggling 5 men at once and still somehow keeping her schedule completely clean. Even when our CEO Jong's mother was undergoing chemotherapy, Seong would just be with Sue living in their little lovebird's nest, completely no guilt, which went on for several months. Until March 20th of 2021. That's when everything exploded. Seong tells CEO Jong that she needs to go back to Taizhou because her grandpa is getting buried. This sounds serious, okay? So no questions were asked. Except she wasn't at a funeral. She was hosting a full-on wedding with Sue at the Fangyuan Hotel in Jiaojiang. And this wasn't low-key at all. It was basically a wedding rehearsal. Like, it was a huge venue with guests, both sides of the parents, relatives.
What?
So she's planning on marrying him while still keeping the millionaire and 3 other guys on the side.
Was she planning on getting married to this the billionaire and just keeping the other guys
Yeah, that's
there?
what she was planning.
How is it even possible?
Well, she made it work.
But it's a billionaire. Don't these newses really spread out?
It depends on what kind of organization they run.
Yeah, but you know, when they're like CEO people, they're like usually.
No, he's not a CEO. He's just the son of a billionaire.
I know, but
The
they
other
have
one was
their
a
own
CEO.
like connections and stuff. People know people.
Yeah, it really just depends on how you sell yourself. That's really what it is. Like, anyone can sell themselves as something. That's why social media is such a dangerous platform, because a lot of people believe the lie that they see in front of them when those people don't live those lies. Like, most of those people aren't real. But yeah, I mean, it just like, she was a complete lie, and was able to sell it to every single person there. Got pregnant with one of the random guys, child, and then had to get rid of it.
And Sue gives her a bouquet of 999 roses in front of everybody.
Why not 1,000?
She declares eternal love for him. You know, they were destined to be together. He is the one for her. Jong's friend calls him and he's like, hey bro, I'm at this like sick wedding right now, and like look at this huge bouquet of flowers, and take a look at the bride.
See, I told you, people know
wait,
people.
Wait, she kind of looks familiar. Isn't that your... Yeah, I don't even think 5 days a week, 4 sets of 8 reps is gonna fix Jong in this moment. You're sitting there thinking that your girlfriend is mourning a family loss, and then randomly your phone starts blowing up with her engagement pics. Now Jong, of course, is like, what the fuck? So he starts spam calling her, and at first she doesn't really pick up, but after a couple more calls later, she picks up. And she says, sorry honey, I'm a bridesmaid at a wedding right now. I'll call you right back. A bridesmaid right after a funeral? And Jong snaps. He rushes from Hangzhou all the way to Taizhou to storm the event. And absolute chaos breaks out. Like, the police get called because like Jong started like going up to the stage, and then the billionaire's family's like, What is going on? Who is this guy? Is he trying to assassinate us? Like, get him away from us. John gets arrested, and then at the police station, he explains everything. And then the police just felt so bad for him that they just let him go. And this is where his villain arc starts. After the wedding blows...
You know, I think I like the Chinese police. If they're willing to listen to a guy who's basically been manipulated, heartbroken, and like, I guess the police here do that too. Like, the sad thing is women claiming a guy has done something to them doesn't get as much traction as it used to, because a lot of women, like 80% of the cases filed, are all fake, false cases, just to harass somebody. So here it's more like, now cops will hear it and just kind of roll their eyes and then just slowly go through the process, because why would they dedicate a lot of time for something that will statistically not be true? So yeah, it's kind of had a negative situation.
Up, John goes home absolutely shattered. 3 years of devotion, money invested, emotions invested, his future wife completely gone. All of it replaced by a man whose only achievement in life was to be born in a billionaire family.
Yeah.
And this is where CEO Zhang makes a decision that permanently changes everybody's lives. Back in Hangzhou, he starts digging through the house and he finds Xiang's old phone. Instead of smashing it or throwing it away like any normal person trying to heal, he decides to hire a technician to restore everything. WeChat logs, photos, timelines, receipts, all revealed. Gathering all of this, he creates a 65-page PowerPoint that will go down in Chinese internet history. This was a full-scale expose with slide after slide detailing the relationship, the amount of money he spent, the cheating, the lying, and all the manipulation tactics that she used with Sue and him. Now, before anything, he first sends the PowerPoint to Xiang's parents. Not to go public yet, he just wants an apology, some accountability, you know, just some closure, just
something. Billionaires
and the mother's response, my daughter works hard to generate profits.
That the girl's family.
So Zhang then leaks parts of the PowerPoint online and the internet explodes. And this story rockets to #1 on Douyin trending, top 5 on Weibo, and everyone's talking about it. Even Wang Sitong, yes, the son of the richest man in China back in 2017. He's pretty much the billionaire nepo baby playboy of China. Wang Sitong comments on Xiang's Weibo, calling her a high-level player, admiring her elite skills of time management. Just that one comment alone turned this scandal into a nationwide controversy. Memes fled everywhere, people calling Xiang the female sea queen. Her time management skills become like a running joke, and people said her mom could even start a paid online course for marrying into rich families. And honestly, Zhang's 3 year of devotion pretty much meant nothing when compared to like the Cartier bracelet or even the 18 million yuan dowry. And of course, Xiang fights back. She posts a statement on Weibo saying that the PowerPoint is a malicious fabrication. On WeChat, she claims that she was trapped. She accuses Zhang of physical abuse, and when they first went to business together, it caused her severe depression. She said she went home to recover, but only returned from his persuasion, in which then she got abused again. She said that Zhang used psychological manipulation to control her, and that he refused to sign the contracts, didn't pay her properly, and even treated her like a money-making tool. So she left and got engaged to Sue, and when Zhang stole all the private information about her and leaked everything online, the cyberbullying and harassment completely ruined her emotionally. Now, what's important here is that she never denies the chat logs, and she never denies the multiple relationships either. She later posted photos of antidepressant medications online and said that her mistakes were rooted in depression. The netizens were not convinced. So eventually she issues a big apology, and then she promises to become a sunny, positive, energetic girl from
public
now on.
opinion.
Now at the same time, people start questioning CEO Zhang as well. Why are all the chat logs only from Xiang's side? And if you spent millions, why no bank records? Netizens also found out that the company that was named after Xiang was only giving her 10% of ownership. Zhang's MCNs controlled the rest, and their livestream sales apparently exceeded over 20 million yuan in 1 year. So she was making him a fortune while being underpaid. And even friends of Xiang claimed that she and CEO Zhang had broken up many times already before. He would even stay in hotels every once in a while. So, you know, it means their relationship was not good from the beginning. And even after the scandal, her Douyin account stayed under his control the entire time. So it was still gaining followers and views. So netizens all kind of agreed that possibly everybody here is guilty. And then Sue's billionaire parents find out everything. Like, they were pissed about how their entire family is now involved in this like nationwide scandal, to the point even Wang Sitong got involved. So their reputation is kind of cooked, right? They also threatened to disinherit Su from his 1 billion yuan inheritance and just send him abroad. They then demanded the return of that 18 million yuan dowry that they gave to Xiang, and for Su to just cancel off the engagement completely and never talk to her again. Initially, Su was like, no, I can't do it. I have to stay with her, you know? She's the one. Honestly, like, we were destined to be together. We still love each other so much, and if we have to, we'll have to fight through this together as lovers. But eventually he just caves under pressure because, I mean, 1 billion yuan is 1 billion yuan, right? So then Su's mother got hospitalized due to anger. So Xiang posted an apology video, crying, apologizing, you know, all that good stuff. Meanwhile, Zhang actually had to serve 6 days in jail for illegally accessing her phone and just leaking everything to the world. After getting out, he says he's finally ready to move on. He's restructuring his MCM business and hired a new female live streamer to replace Xiang. And then after a couple months later, he starts dating this live streamer as well.
Of course.
I don't know about you, but after 3 years of devotion, no healing? I mean, maybe he's just built different like that, I guess. And eventually, Xiang starts fading from the online presence, her appearances start to slow down, and then she writes a reflective article admitting moral failure and promising self-improvement. And from all of this, one thing is clear. Nobody won, okay? Everybody here ended up worse than they started. Xiang chased wealth, lied to multiple men, and treated relationships like a transaction. Su and his billionaire parents embraced Xiang when it felt like it suited them, but then just dropped her immediately after the moment the scandal started threatening their image. And yeah, that PowerPoint will live on forever. So yeah, that was truly a wild one. And I actually want to know your guys' thoughts on who you think is in the wrong here. And there might even be some evidence that we never saw because, like, I mean, behind the scenes, there's usually always a manipulator manipulating the manipulator.
Which was the mother.
Yep.
Which was absolutely the mother. The mother was terrible.
Nice.
Absolutely terrible. Gosh, that's just... Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's seriously a Bonnie Blue situation. But Bonnie Blue literally was with like 2,000 guys in one day. 24 hours. She was with 2,000 guys. This person, for 3 years, stringing on 5 guys, I guess 3 that she just enjoyed spending time with, 1 millionaire, and then one billionaire. Well, the son of a billionaire, at least. Yeah, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. PowerPoint is the real winner. I think so. I think so. Yeah, literally getting a hold of the phone, jailbreaking it, finding everything.
I thought he was gonna find her ugly photos and, you know.
Well, I guess her photos are out there for the public to see because they showed it at the beginning. But that's the thing. It's just like, I think plastic surgery is so common and certain that they just assume.
Everybody had it.
Yeah, that it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's one of those things. Oh my gosh.
You guys got a video? Why is it so bad?
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Why is it like that?